Hello, my name is Mary Michael, and I'm the Vice President of Patient Advocacy and Stakeholder Management at Otsuka America Pharmaceutical Incorporated. I have the privilege to chair the Global Council on Alzheimer's Disease, or GCAD. GCAD brings together a diverse set of thought leaders to create practical, immediate solutions for those affected by Alzheimer's disease. Our focus right now is on agitation and other behavioral symptoms of Alzheimer's disease. Today, I'm going to talk about one of our GCAD projects, which is the shared Alzheimer's journey. As we all know, Alzheimer's is a disease that has profound consequences, not just for the person with the disease, but also for care partners. And those consequences evolve over time as the disease progresses. As we review the literature and current data on this subject, we were left with three unanswered questions. First, how can the Alzheimer's journey account for the experiences of both the person living with Alzheimer's and their care partner? Second, what are the pivotal experiences along the journey with agitation and other behavioral symptoms, and how do they differently affect people with agitation and their care partners? And third, how can the Alzheimer's journey capture the actual voices and experiences of people in the community? So this project set out to answer those questions that I just mentioned. It combines social listening data or insights, which are drawn from over 12 million inputs, as well as a series of one-on-one interviews with individuals living with Alzheimer's, as well as their care partners. And our goal in this project is to identify opportunities for creating solutions, particularly around agitation and other behavioral symptoms. Now, let me walk you through the journey. First, I'd like to share with you the framework of this journey mapping. On the top half of the chart, you will see the care partner's journey. And as we move from left to right, we're progressing through time. You'll see a green line that tracks the care partner's recognition of disease progression. In addition, the care partner's level of responsibility will be indicated with gray shading. As both the green line and the gray shading move up the y-axis, they are measuring increasing levels of disease progression and responsibility, respectively. On the bottom half of the slide, we have the journey of the person living with Alzheimer's. Again, left to right progresses through time. The blue line will track recognition of disease progression, and the gray shading indicates levels of dependence. On this graph, we'll measure increasing levels of disease progression and dependence by moving down the y-axis. You'll also see the graph is segmented into three phases. The first loss, which is marked by the signs of cognitive decline. The second loss, which is marked by emerging behavioral symptoms. And the third loss, which is entry into long-term care. These three phases were a key finding in our qualitative research. Care partners and the people with Alzheimer's emphasized that they expected and could reasonably respond to issues of memory loss and declining cognitive function. But the behavioral symptoms were unexpected, and just when they thought they were in a good place to manage the cognitive decline, along came a second substantial loss that created new challenges. Now, let's look at the journey during the first loss. The quotes on the slide are real-life experiences shared by people living with Alzheimer's disease and their care partners. One thing we learned when mapping these journeys together is that when a major event occurs, an argument, getting lost, placement into long-term care, it has very different meanings for the person living with Alzheimer's and the care partner. A second key finding was that both people with Alzheimer's and their care partners experience bursts of increases in dependence and responsibility, respectively, as well as recognition. Dependence and responsibility do not move gradually. They jump in various forms of severity after an event, an argument, a scuffle at work, etc. As we advance to the second loss, we begin to observe the emergence of behavioral symptoms of Alzheimer's disease. A key finding of this research is that once people start to experience agitation and behavioral symptoms, they may start to lose the ability to recognize and remember their agitation. We note this pattern with the dashed blue line. Finally, as we move into the third phase, this journey illustrates the key insights that as people living with Alzheimer's transition to long-term care, the care partner's responsibility decreases suddenly as professional caregivers step in. These insights are, of course, only a few of the many that this illustration captures. If you would like to learn more or discuss these findings, please visit us at www.gcad.net and get in touch with us. Thank you so much for your time. I hope this poster provides you with a valuable new framework for considering the lived experience of agitation among people living with Alzheimer's, as well as their care partners.